This is Freedom Global News.
State NNPP, PDP, and SDP gubernatorial candidates shun gubernatorial candidates' debate on health matters. President Muhammadu Buhari tells Nigerians to be good ambassadors at all times. Medical supports provided to 199 local governments in 25 states affected by flood. And on the foreign scene, Sudan security forces fire tear gas at pro-democracy protesters.
This is Freedom Global News.
Good evening, you're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. My name is Zahra Zannah. Today is the 27th of October, 2022, and now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari today in Seoul, Republic of Korea, reminded Nigerians resident in the Asian country that they are the faces of Nigeria and should endeavor to project a positive image of the country through actions, characters, conduct, and general compartments. The president stated this during an interactive meeting with the leadership and select members of the Nigerian community as part of his engagements at the end of the first World Bio Summit 2022, while urging them to remain good ambassadors of Nigeria at all times. The Nigerian leader, who assured them that the federal government through the embassy would always strive to protect their interests by ensuring that none of them is unjustly treated at all times, appealed to them to see all Nigerians as brothers and sisters, irrespective of tribe and religion, and collectively work to positively project the image of the country. On preparations for the 2023 national elections, which he said are in active stages, the president sought for their prayers and support to enable transition peacefully to the next administration and deepen the democratic process in the country. Hajia Sadiya Farouk, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, said medical support had been provided to 199 local government areas affected by flooding across the country. Farouk briefed State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council (FEC) meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. According to Farouk, the flood this year has been very devastating and very unprecedented. She said that there was need for a coordinated response so as to rescue victims of the flood across many states of the Federation. The minister said that the coordinated response presented an opportunity to operationalize the recently approved National Flood Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan. She appealed to state governments, ministries, and departments to also collaborate at the sub-national level. On sports, President of the Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Musa Gusau, has lauded the Flamingos despite the team's effort to Colombia yesterday. Muhammad Sani Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
The country's under-17 women's side Flamingos failed to reach the final at the ongoing World Cup in India after a 6-5 penalty shootout defeat to the South American Colombia. President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Ibrahim Musa Gusau, who was in attendance in Goa to offer support to the girls, took to social media to celebrate the team. The Flamingos will now take on Germany in the third-place match on Sunday, and the final between Spain and Colombia will also hold the same day. Meanwhile, former Edo State Football Association chairman Frank Ilaboya has been appointed a member of the Nigeria Football Federation Ad Hoc Committee on Domestic League. The appointment letter, dated October 26 and signed by the NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohammed Sunusi, stated that the veteran journalist cum administrator was appointed due to the high confidence the NFF President Ibrahim Musa Gusau had in him. The committee's mandate, according to Dr. Sunusi, is to sit down with the league management company to look into the license agreement between the NFF and LMC. In another update, former Liverpool star Danny Murphy has revealed that it will be difficult for Steven Gerrard to get another job in the Premier League. Recall that Gerrard was sacked by Aston Villa after a poor form of result in the league, and most especially the team 3-0 loss to Fulham. And on tennis, Canada's Felix Auger-Aliassime advanced to the round of 16 at the Swiss Open with a 3-set win over Switzerland Marc-André Hosler. The Montreal native beat Hostler 6-7, 1-3, 6-4, 6-4 at the tournament in Basel. Muhammad Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com, or call us through this number, 0824444163. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. The gubernatorial candidates of New Nigeria People Party, NNPP, Kabir Yusuf, People's Democratic Party, PDP, Sadiq Aminu Wali, and of Social Democratic Party, SDP, Bala Muhammad Gwagwarwa, shunned the gubernatorial candidates debate on health matters organized by the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, Kano State Branch. In his opening remark, the chairman of the association, Dr. Abdullahi Kabir Suleiman, expressed concern over declining health indices in Kano State, tasking the candidates in the 2023 general elections to demonstrate to Kano people how they intended to tackle the problem. Suleiman also called for increased funding and concerted efforts to move healthcare up the political agenda and ensure that it takes its proper place of prominence.
Well, funding too, Kano State has already achieved beyond the 15% Abuja declaration for healthcare funding. But what we expect is the releases, as one of the candidates also said. So funding is also important, but you can have a beautiful building, all the equipment, but if you don't have the manpower to make those equipment work.
Dr. Suleiman Umar Al-Hassan, who represented the NMA national chairman, Dr. Raulan Ojima, decried the wave of brain drain that has hit the health sector, lamenting that about 50 medical doctors leave Nigeria weekly, searching for greener pastures abroad.
There is poor remuneration. People are having difficulty to cater with their own personal day-to-day life runnings. And then there is also poor equipment to run the services in the hospitals. This is quite discouraging. And also there is no good environment in terms of structure. There's poor structure in the hospitals, so making the services not really attractive. That made our people that are well-trained and competent to deliver, to handle the health services in the country, to move to Europe and other countries for greener pastures. And it is really affecting our system.
Correspondent Muhammad Sani Abba reports that the candidates of ADC, Malam Ibrahim Khalil, APC, Nasir Yusuf Gauna, LP, Bashir Ishaq Bashir, and PRP, Salihu Tanko Yakase, were present at the event, while the candidate of ADP, Sha'aban Ibrahim Sharada, was represented by his deputy, Ahmed Rabi'u Bako. Kano State Commissioner of Sharia Musa Abdullahi Lawal has vowed to complete the Sharia case against the Chinese man who is accused of the alleged murder of Imita. The commissioner stated this today after coming out of court. Today, Mr. Geng was brought before the State High Court under the leadership of Justice Sanusi Ma'aji. The Commissioner of Sharia Musa Abdullahi Lawal and the defendant's lawyer, Barrister Muhammad Balarabe Dang Azimi, presented themselves and their colleagues to the State High Court. The commissioner explained what had happened in court and also said that in 2 months, they will conclude on the case.
And also the court gave an order that we must provide an interpreter for him, which we have done so by writing to the Chinese embassy, and the Chinese embassy responded promptly and sent Mr. Gao to come and interpret, which he has done so today. So charge was prepared and the plea of the accused person was taken. He denied the content of the charge. He's being charged, of course, with culpable homicide punishable with death.
Correspondent Amina Abdubakar Noma reports that a Chinese translator named Gao Kumru was introduced and the charges were read to Mr. Geng, which is alleged murder in relation to Section 221 of the Penal Code. Arrangements is in top gear for the smooth takeoff of this month's general sanitation exercise on Saturday, the 28th of October, 2022, from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. within Kano State. A statement issued by the Director of Public Enlightenment of the Ministry of Environment, Ismail Garba Gwampaja, enjoined Kano residents to be law-abiding citizens to ensure total compliance of this directive, to stay at home and ensure to clean up their immediate environment during the stipulated time given. Commissioner of Environment Dr. Getsu also pointed out that the sanitation exercise for government MDAs, companies, marketplaces, and motor park is scheduled to commence on Friday, the 28th of October, 2022, and appeal to the general public to note this development. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 16 degrees Celsius and later change to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny interval and a gentle breeze. Katsina will experience a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 18 degrees Celsius and later change to 24 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Kaduna will have a clear sky and light wind at 18 degrees Celsius and later change to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny interval and a gentle breeze. Abuja is expected to have a clear sky and light wind at 21 degrees Celsius and later give way to 25 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light winds. Lagos will have a clear sky and light wind at 26 degrees Celsius and later increase to 28 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light winds. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi is expected to have a clear sky and a gentle breeze at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and later give way to 25 degrees Celsius with sunny interval and a moderate breeze. While Zinda will experience a clear sky and a gentle breeze at 21 degrees Celsius and later give way to 26 degrees Celsius with sunny interval and a gentle breeze. Yerincha Temak, Freedom Radio.
On business, Muhammad Abba Abdullahi has updates.
The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, said that the bank will release the redesigned Naira notes by December 15, 2022. Emefiele stated that this was targeted at controlling currency in circulation as well as curb counterfeit currency and random payment to kidnappers and terrorists. The CBN governor added that the redesign of the currency would help to drive cashless economy and it will be complemented by the increased minting of the e-Naira. And while the Federal Inland Revenue Service (FIRS) has commenced the deduction of taxes at transaction points from online gaming transactions, the executive chairman of the commission, Mohammed Nemi, stated that using the Central National Payment Gateway and electronic solution, a transaction processing system that enables integrated payment services providers to deduct taxes at the point of transaction and immediately remit the tax deduction to the government treasury. The FIRS noted that all operators offering online gaming services in Nigeria not later than 31st of December 2022 were required to connect to the Continental National Payment Gateway, deduct tax from online gaming transactions, and remit the direct to the relevant government's treasury. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, Sudanese security forces fired tear gas today as thousands of protesters marched against last year's coup, which sparked political and economic crisis and exacerbated a wider security breakdown that has left hundreds dead. Ismail Suleiman Sani reports.
Waving Sudanese flags, protesters demanded justice for 119 people killed during intense crackdowns since the military power grab in October last year. In addition, a broader security breakdown nationwide has also left nearly 600 dead and more than 210,000 displaced as a result of ethnic violence this year, according to the United Nations. Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan seized power on October 25, 2021, arresting the civilian leaders with whom he had agreed to share power in 2019 when mass protested compelled the army to dispose one of its own long-time autocrat, Umar al-Bashir. Meanwhile, people protested in front of government buildings in a northwest Iranian city after one of the biggest nights yet of demonstrations. The human rights group Hengao said police shot dead a male protester in Mahabad and another in Sanandaj. Widespread unrest has rocked Iran since Kurdish Iranian woman Mahsa Amini died in police custody 40 days ago. A cemetery near Kharamabad was also flashpoint for today's protest. Demonstrators gathered at the cemetery to mourn another young woman, Nika Shakarami, who disappeared soon after Amini's death and has become another symbol of the protest movement. Ismail Suleiman Sani, Freedom Radio.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.